Hi everybody, in this video I'm going to be going over how to do a dynamic bridge posture, and for this bridge posture we are going to be focusing on movements for the shoulder. So to come into this pose we want to lay onto our back with our knees bent and feet flat on the ground. We want to make sure that we are drawing the shoulders back and the shoulders down the spine. So there's a nice connection of your shoulder to the mat, and then the back of our head is resting on the ground. So if you are somebody that has a hard time bringing their head down to the ground, you can always use a pillow, or you can use some folded blankets underneath your head just to make sure that that is resting on something with a long neck. So we want to make sure that we're avoiding having a compression in the neck like this. We want to make sure that the neck is nice and long. And then from there, we're just going to start to find an engagement of our abdominal muscles. So we want to draw our belly button towards the spine so that you feel your lower back connect to the mat. So you can kind of come in and out of that and feel when you're relaxed how the lower back maybe wants to come away from the ground. And then when you engage, you can bring the lower back towards the ground. So you want to keep that length so we're not compressing through the lower back. Arms can come down by the side body. So a number of different variations we can do with our arms. This is going to be variation 1. We're going to inhale, lift the arms up and overhead. As you exhale, we're going to lower the arms down by the side body as you lift your hips up off the ground. Good, keep the hips lifted. Inhale the arms overhead. And as you exhale, we'll lower the arms, lower the hips. So now this one has multiple steps to it, so I'll do that again. We're going to inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, lift the hips, lower the arms. Keep the hips lifted. Inhale the arms overhead. And then exhale, hips and arms back down. So we'll do that dynamic movement 2 more times. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, arms down, hips rise. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, arms down, hips down. Good, one more time. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, lift the hips as you bring the arms back. Inhale the arms overhead. And exhale, arms down, hips down. Good, this time we're gonna hold the pose with the hips lifted. So find where the arms feel best for you. So you can keep the arms down by the side body. You can lift the arms up overhead. Or you can bring the arms out with the palms face up. And we're gonna lift the hips up towards the sky. So I'm gonna bring my arms up and overhead because that feels like it opens through my chest a little bit more. And we're just gonna hold here for 3 to 5 breaths, whatever feels good for you. And slowly lower the hips back towards the ground. And bring your arms back down by the side body. So that is our variation with our hip rises. If that feels uncomfortable for you, especially lifting the hips, if that puts a little too much strain on your shoulders, then you can do sort of a modified snowman movement. So we're gonna start with our palms face down, and we're gonna reach your arm out into a big arch, and at some point you'll feel that you'll need to flip your palms so that it's now facing up towards the sky as you reach up and overhead. And so you can just use your breath to sort of follow that movement. And then if you want, you can kind of play around with maybe doing some hip raises. So maybe as your hands are down by the side body, you can inhale the hips up towards the sky and exhale the hips down. Inhale, sweeps your arms up and overhead. Exhale, sweeps your arms down. Inhale, the hips up. Exhale, hips down. Inhale, sweeps the arms up. Exhale, sweeps it down. And maybe doing both at the same time. So inhale, we sweep the arms, lift the hips. Exhale, we lower the hips, sweep the arms back down. So lots of variations to try out, and it's really going to just depend on which range of motion feels okay for your shoulders. And it doesn't have to be as extreme of range of motion as I showed. Again, you just want to be moving within the range of motion that feels most appropriate for your shoulder, never moving into that area of pain. Discomfort is okay as long as you're not moving into that realm of pain. But we want to make sure that we keep the shoulder moving in a way that feels like we're still enabling healing to happen. And we want to be able to engage all parts of the body. So in this pose, we are really working on opening up through the chest, strengthening through the back, but we're also bringing a little bit of ease into the upper back. So it's not too much work, but we are engaging the core, we are engaging parts of the back while we're finding that movement for the shoulders. So it kind of brings together a lot of the exercises that we showed previous to this, where we're engaging multiple parts of the torso, through the chest, through the upper back, through the arms. And this just kind of helps turn us upside down a little bit, get the hips a little bit higher than the heart, and find a little bit of a different range of motion for the shoulders.